Combate America MMA's first pay-per-view, Ortiz versus Del Rio, belt versus belt, is Saturday, December 7th at the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas. Call in the action, including the main event of MMA legend Tito Ortiz versus WWE alum and former Pride MMA fighter Alberto Del Rio, El Patron, is another WWE alum Max Bretos, and MMA fighter Julianna Peña, and this man, a Miami native, a UFC star, American top team fighter, and the BMF champ, Jorge Masvidal. Thank you, champ. How did this opportunity come about?
Well, that was a great introduction, my brother. That was some good stuff there. This came about, they reached out to my management. My management told them what it's like to acquire my talent, and that basically I'm not going to wear a monkey suit and be told what to do if I'm commentating, that I do it my own way and style, because I get offered a lot of commentating gigs. I shut most of them down because even if you're paying me, you're not going to tell me how to say what. You know, I'll say it and do it how the fuck I feel like. So that's what we're doing here. We're just going to have some fun, and I'm going to be myself while commentating, you know.
Jorge, what or how was the conversation like with UFC's Dana White? About doing the commentary. Or did you even have to have a conversation with him?
Man, you kind of going against yourself. Now, you gave me that awesome introduction to BMF. You think I'm going to ask permission from anybody?
I hear you, Jorge. That should have never been asked.
Yeah, I don't ask permission, my brother.
Have you ever done anything like this before? You mentioned that you've been offered it, but have you done anything like this?
Yeah, I've done commentating before. I did it one time for box in Spanish. It wasn't really my cup of tea at all, but it was a paycheck, so I tried it. And then I'm a natural commentator. I've been commentating my whole life. At the gym, I'm the guy that's going, ooh, and oh, shit this, and oh, shit that, and you're getting your ass kicked, and then before we know it, it's a real fight, and it's brought to you by me. I'm a super instigator by life, by forces of life. I've just always been really good at instigating. So I'm a natural born commentator, you know. Besides, I can talk a little bit.
And Jorge, do you do anything to prepare in calling the action or get any advice? I know you do your own thing. You mentioned that, and you're going to be you. But do you get any advice about it or no?
Advice? No. I mean, I have a Rolodex of people that I can call to get advice, but then it'd be their advice, and it'd be, you know, to the tune of their, you know, music, not dissing anybody, but I think if you want me, I just have to keep my mind clear and give you my thought process, which is nobody else's thought processing. So you'll be getting the raw, unedited me when I commentate. And some will love it, and some will be utterly disgusted.
What are your thoughts of working with Max Bretos and Julianna Peña?
I don't have thoughts really. It's more like I'm going to call fights. I don't really have thoughts on my co-workers, I would say. I'm just an ass-kicking machine, my brother. That's what I like to do. I like to fight. They're going to pay me good money to be myself on camera, so that's what you're going to get. So if you got Mr. Trump next to me, or if you got Muhammad Gandhi next to me, I'm going to still be same old BMF me. You know?
That is awesome. What do you think of the main event, Jorge? Tito Ortiz versus Alberto Del Rio. Title versus title. UFC belt versus WWE belt.
It's going to be a fight. I think I'm going to lean towards Tito. Obviously, the experience is vast. Tito is made a living off fighting a lot more than his counterpart. And though Tito might be way over his prime years, I think it should be an easy fight for Tito.
The UFC title and WWE title are cool belts, but you have a cool belt too. You earned the BMF title in beating Nate Diaz in UFC. What was it like having The Rock, a Miami man, the U, present the belts to you and meeting him and his Miami group?
It was cool, man. Also, my favorite fighter of all time walked me out. And those things in combination, my favorite action star, my favorite fighter of all time. It was crazy, man. It was so surreal that I didn't think of any of those things prior to it. You know, also our president being in attendance to watch me perform. He's never gone to a UFC bout since he's in his presidential campaign, and guess who he decided to see? Me. You know, so all those things are so big that I didn't think about them before the fight. I just thought it's another fight. It's another day in the office, whether there's a belt, whether there's Duran, and there was a lot of other outside factors that just made that event that week one of the more special events and weeks of my life. But I removed myself from all that, and I just kept telling myself, it's just a fight, man. What am I doing here? It's just a fight. You know, all these other things are distractions in a way, you know. So they're positive distractions, but they're just distractions. So I didn't let none of it sink in until after my fight, that I went home and got to be alone and spend time with God, and I let everything sink in, and it was a little overwhelming then, but thank God the fight was already over when I let it all sink in. So it was truly an amazing week, so blessed from start to finish, man. I mean, the New York Knicks in the Madison Square Garden gave me a jersey, says my name on it, UFC 244 on it. I can't play no basketball. I'm the worst basketball player you've ever seen, and I got a jersey from the Knicks, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking amazing of a week it was.
That is so awesome that other athletes, other sports, other entertainers are like, they're watching you. You've watched them on TV, or you've watched them in their movies, and now, hey, they're all coming up with the president, even like you said, they're all coming to watch you.
Yeah, I mean, people love violence, you know, and they're more and more open about their violence-loving ways nowadays than ever. You know, everybody's always like violence. It's just they weren't too open about it. But now you can be free about how much you like violence, and people can't get enough violence, and I can't stop giving out enough violence. So it's a perfect marriage.
Jorge, I saw a cool video of you with The Rock after the fight, and him introducing his entourage, his group to you, and him opening himself up to you, giving information to you as far as, hey, if you ever want to reach out to me, contact me. How cool a guy is The Rock?
Oh, man, the Rock is beyond cool, you know. You know, he's probably one of the most, and I'm not talking about sports or entertainment, I'm just talking about period. He's one of the most recognizable person on the planet, you know. I mean, due to his height and everything he's done in the world of entertainment. And he's just such a humble. I met him, the first time I met him was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Nobody knew who the fuck I was. He was just an American Top Team meeting the gym owner. He was picking up one of his belts because the gym owner of American Top Team, Dan Lambert, is a huge pro wrestling fan. So he goes around buying like belts before a lot of these guys even like get famous or something. He'll like a certain pro wrestling. He'll buy like their belt if it ever goes for sale. So he bought a belt from The Rock that The Rock wanted back at some point. He got in contact with Dan Lambert, and Dan Lambert said, yeah, just come to American Top Team, I'll give it to you. And The Rock came, met with Dan Lambert, and Dan brought a couple of his fighters that he chose that he wanted them to meet The Rock and just hang out. And it was a big group of us. And we all met The Rock, and The Rock was like the most fucking cool dude, down-to-earth person on the fucking planet. And I already knew who The Rock was, and I already liked a lot of his stuff. But that's when I really liked him personally, because he was just fucking, like, he didn't have to be that down there. He could have been a complete dickhead or just, I don't know, been on his phone the whole time doing whatever celebrity's doing. He wasn't. He was truly like a cool-ass person. You know?
Well, playing football for the University of Miami, having to Miami ties, of course he's going to be like that, right, Jorge?
Yeah, super cool dude, man.
And you mentioned Dan Lambert, Mr. ATT. He must have been psyched at the fight, too, because not only did you get a big win, get the title, but also Rock was there too.
Yeah, I mean, he was more excited about The Rock than anything else about me. More excited about The Rock than me with anything else to do with it. I'll tell you that much.
All right, we'll wrap this up, Jorge.
He was just dying for The Rock to sign a T-shirt or something.
Oh, did he get it signed?
I think The Rock said, nah, I only do that with chicks, man. I ain't signing your T-shirt, you know? I won't be signing a T-shirt.
All right, Jorge, we're going to wrap this up. We mentioned The Rock, Del Rio, who's in the fight, Tito Ortiz, who's fighting. They all have wrestled. Cain Velasquez recently has wrestled. Any thoughts of you getting into a wrestling ring, WWE or another group?
Damn right. I'll take that BMF belt and go domesticate these wild dudes in WWF, WWE, whatever the fuck they call themselves now. I'll gladly go over to domesticate them, but for a handsome fee. You know, my brother, you got to pay me my money for my talent. So they want me to go over there and domesticate these heathens. I sure will. You just got to pay me.
Pay the man. He's earned it. He's earned it. He's the BMF champ. He has earned it. That's exactly right. How about being in a Rock movie? Did you ask him at all about maybe being in a movie?
We can't talk about that right now.
Ah, there you go. There you go. All right, we're going to wrap this up with this. Jorge, thank you so much. I'm going to wrap it up with this. My favorite question. I hope it's a good question for you. When you knocked out Askren with the flyby, the flying knee in record time, did you do a WWE style 3 count?
No, it was more like, it wasn't really like WWE. It was more like, that's what happens when you get laid on the fucking street and then somebody says, talk that shit now. You know, plus it's wrestling, you know, because when you wrestle, you get counted out. If you're in your back, you get counted out. And since he's a wrestler and he was on his back pinned, I just thought it's very cliche that the Olympian 2-time national champion, 2-time runner-up was on his back getting pinned, and I wasn't even trying to pin his ass no more. I was already done with him. He was just paralyzed forever, you know? So I just had to count his ass out. It wasn't really WWE. It was more collegiate wrestling mixed with some street shit, you know? Street Jesus giving out the motherfucking the lectures. Via violence.
Yes, and there it is. Combate Americas first pay-per-view. Ortiz versus Del Rio, Saturday, December 7th. It's going to be a great event.
Don't miss out.
Jorge Masvidal on commentary, whether he's fighting, whether he's commentary, whether the man is in doing anything.
I might be fighting backstage. I don't know, man. They got me in there with a lot of wild people. Maybe you got to tune into this pay-per-view because I might have to bust somebody's head open backstage. There's a lot of people talking shit, man. You know, so you never know when I'm going to be handing out a combo meal. So make sure you buy this pay-per-view.